Alright, hello again everybody. We are back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse. And we are picking up this Vannifar run at 1-1. See where we end up. See if we can ever go off with the namesake card itself. Despite grinding pretty long games against that mono black deck, we never really had the chance. I don't think we even saw Vannifar in the first game. We're grinding and grinding for a really long time and didn't find it. This is one of those situations where if this was the non-split card version of this that can get a land, it's like a much better keep. I think we can mulligan. This we can keep. Second Vannifar. Not sure we're in the market for that. Ooh, mono white. Exclusion Mage actually decent here potentially. Maybe if Incubation finds Plague Mare for us, that would be pretty sick. As long as they don't have Loxodon next turn. Don't think we want to freebooter them. I think we want to look for Yuck. Well, this sets us up to play Vannifar next turn. We can, if we play Vannifar and sticks, then we can untap, play Freebooter. Yep. And our plan's pretty much gone. I mean, yeah, this is why I'm a little. I mean, you see that like one of Plague Mare, and it's like even if we had it in our opening hand, it's not good enough. -1, I mean, there's a lot of cases where -2 is just not even good enough. But I think we're still going to go for it. Next turn we can like Exclusion Mage and go get Chupacabra, probably. This blocks though. This blocks a little bit. Oh, they gotta read the card. That's always a good sign. So if we can if we can play Exclusion Mage, bounce like the token, Chupacabra, the Venerated Loxodon, untap again, and crack the Chupacabra into the Benthid and make the blockers, we actually, as long as we're at a decent life total, I'm not really sure. Maybe they just disconnected. Which we'll absolutely take. We are in the market for free wins with this deck. It hasn't felt that sturdy. And I got super hyped on like a new deck I want to try today, so we gotta stick with the series. Looks like they just DC'd, or they crashed, and it's taking them a while to get back in. Or they're trolling. I mean, if they just like blast a Tribunal onto this, we probably could just scoop on the spot and go to the next game. Unreal. Oh, it looks like they're trolling. I haven't come across like a legit slow player like this, really. Usually they rope out and then it ends up just being them conceding to an actual DC. Alright, let's see it. They're there. You can see them mousing over stuff on the table. Huh. Five, 9, or 17, so we can't block them with the tokens. Oh, actually we're just dead, right? Yeah. Why were they slow playing if they just had us dead? Like, legit dead? Huh. So yeah, we're not gonna want the Freebooter or the Navigator. The Harpooner actually trades, so we might want to keep it. Plaguecrafter seems like it won't be so good. So I think we're gonna want the Wildgrowth Walkers. Yeah, Scavenger doesn't seem amazing. I'm just wondering if we're gonna bring in the Growth Chamber Guardian package yet again. Is it better than Harpooner? Like Lazav actually blocks to go Scavenger. Rec Sage we want for sure. So you got like 1 Incubation. So I think we do just want these 4/4 blockers. Alright, maybe we just get blown out here, we move on to the next deck. Oh, no mulligan at least. Alright, so we actually get to ramp. Like, this has got to be one of the better openers we can have, which is Jadelight into Prime Speaker off of a turn 1 Llanowar that they're in their mono white deck pretty unlikely to interact with. The old Hunted Wumpus. That kind of sucks, because that's one of the cards we want to pull out of our deck. Yeah, we have no black sources. Oh, there's one. If we ever draw a second black source, this is not going to be good immediately, but it might be good if we ever put them into a rebuilding setup. Oh, Honor Guard. That's also annoying. Damn. They rightfully called us on having Explorer creatures. Don't think we showed them any last game. Yeah, actually that sucks. I think like pretty much everything we have has a come into play trigger, so maybe that's also why. I actually wonder if we can beat that card. And they're just gonna slow play us again. What to do about this? Is there a way to report players? Yeah, I'll report this person. We have him on tape too, so. I mean, I get it. We need to have a long timer system in Magic just because of how complex the turns can be, but it cannot be this abusive or this easily abused. So next turn we can play Cemetery, Growth Chamber Guardian, and grow it and get another. Just try to... Yeah, I don't think we have any main deck way to remove Honor Guard that doesn't involve a come into play trigger. It's quite rough. Oh, no, we do. We have the split card. So we can draw the split card and transmogrify the Honor Guard. I guess we'll play out a couple turns and decide if we have a reasonable shot of winning this one. If we do, we'll stick with it. But if something weird happens and like we really lose the board, I think we'll just skip it. And we'll give this player the satisfaction. Oh no, they must have been having weird connectivity issues then, huh? That's really bizarre. I'm glad I didn't concede. They actually had us cold there, more or less. Alright, so 11 minutes. Yeah, let's just go on to the next one. 11 minutes of watching the fuse tick down. Very cool. Now 11 minutes of contemplating how bad this deck is, potentially. Maybe the Rug Shell is better, but... yeah. Plague Mare seems rancidly bad. Maybe that's why it's not in any sideboards. This we can keep for sure. On the draw, at least we have the Wildgrowth Walker potential here. We have the double blue, double black, and double green covered in this hand. Super nice. If this needs a counter, we're pretty much fine with it. It's the other stuff, like these are the ones we want to resolve because we want to hit those next land drops and get to Prime Speaker. So they're reading us probably as regular Sultai midrange right now. So they'll absorb this probably. Syncopate. Oh, so they were thinking about syncopating it last turn. Since we can't find land with this, we just kind of cross our fingers and see if this resolves. Looks like it's going to, which is great. Nice. Mana's going to be tight for the next couple turns, so let's go for this here. If we luck into like a freebooter or something that lets us peek their hand, that'll be super useful. Nope. Just take the only creature we can take before it lands at the bottom. Yeah. They don't have double white, so maybe we try to build a little board here. We'll save the Lazav for if they counter the Prime Speaker. Okay. This is like kind of like Prime Speaker number or whatever. Okay, so this makes it more likely that Prime Speaker resolves. Now the question is, do we push our luck and put Lazav into play? Because if they go like... I think we do. Because they missed land drop last turn. Plague Mare. You can kindly go to the graveyard. This also lets us go find a 3, which will probably just be Jadelight Ranger in this matchup. Oh, that's the perfect. Oh, I think we're just going to put the biggest creature we have down. And just hope they keep missing white. God bless us. Cast you from the graveyard, friend. I mean, honestly, if they're playing Kaya's Wrath and they've got double island in their list, then they kind of are asking for exactly what's happening here. I guess graveyard, we can choose to play it out of the graveyard next turn. You know, I kind of like just making them discard here. Just we can loop this too with the Muldrotha. Kind of risking hitting a seal away, but generally the Esper lists don't play seal away. They have the Moment of Craving and stuff, so... Alright, so they missed land for a lot of turns. They got bored. That's totally fair. Against this deck... Yeah, probably Harpooner out, Wildgrowth Walker out. These are just coming in every time. Duresses. I think we want negates, dive downs, etc. Benthid is not amazing. Maybe we cut the Navigator. And then we just cut 2 incubations. Okay. Rock it up. Let's go. This looks like a keep. There's a lot of interaction. I think there's actually an argument for like a turn 1 duress here. As much as I usually dislike this play, let's just take something out to clear the way for the freebooter next turn. Like we take the Syncopate. If they want to kill the freebooter, they kill the freebooter, that's fine. Just gonna give it to us. Alright, so we'll take the cast down. Oh, right, they don't have a black source, so they have to just give it to us. Now they have a black source. So if we hit a blue source here, I think we'll duress away their something, yeah. Duress away the contempt. So that way Prime Speaker has the best chance of living. Please let us use it once. I wouldn't be surprised if they just like main phase Drew 5 or yeah, Drew 3 here and Scryed. As we know this card, one top, two bottom. Let's go get Midnight Reaper as a little bit of insurance against a Wrath here. Wow. Alright, I guess we'll library that one. So drawing 4 feels pretty okay here. I'm not sure we can afford to just Muldrotha without negate backup here. So let's incubate. Ooh. Maybe I need to do that right away. Nah. I think we just wait till next turn. Ooh. Nope. Gate. So this does give them a window to kill the Growth Chamber Guardian. So we get to protect this with negate. Are we really on 10 from our own? Oh, from the triggers, yeah. From the Midnight Reaper triggers, makes sense. See if we can find some land. I think we're just gonna be patient still. We don't want to. We want to leave this negate up, protect the Vivian Reed. If Vivian gets to 8, we're in really good shape. Jadelight Ranger really doesn't matter in the long run. Drew us our card. They're down to 3 cards. And they did resolve their draw 3 this game too, so. Interesting. Guess we'll just take the land, to be honest. Get Freebooter? That seems good. This could force the issue. Moment of Craving resolves. Do we still get to peek their hand, though? Right? Settle and negate. Yeah, well, we're not beating anything through negate. So they have this window to draw it. It's actually an okay one, I think. So they have to draw the answer to Vivian here. They don't. I mean, they could technically settle all this stuff. Alright, we actually got another win. That one felt legit. Our opponent was playing way too many islands in their Kaya's Wrath deck, though. Oop. I wish we had a little mulligan counter, because it's been, this series, it's been bad. Actually keep, in case this is like a really fast deck. The 1-3 might actually matter. Terramander. Oh, the 1-3 is not going to matter in this case. So maybe we get super lucky and they like go all in on this thing. Oop. I think we're just going to look at Jadelight Ranger here then. And then they might shock it on with triggers on the stack. Yep. But at least we get our shot at hitting lands, which is all we ever wanted. Thank you. Keep us moving through our deck here. Alright, I have a feeling this matchup is not going to be good, especially with the Terramander. They did miss a land drop. Alright. Interesting use of dive down. Alright. We actually could beat them down here. This Lazav is not going to be amazing. Maybe it'll help us find a Chupacabra or something on top. I love a good called shot. Nothing spicy down here for Lazav to take. Alright, so they're showing us, they're telling us they have another dive down. They're attacking too. So I think we have to make them prove it. Oh, super awkward. I don't have a second black source. All these fancy duels. Water, water everywhere. Maybe I meant to play the Sage there. Jeez, yeah. We were supposed to push it. Oh, that's such a bad mistake. We're probably dead next turn. Dead to one spell. Yeah. Wouldn't have. Looks like it would not have mattered if we had pushed it, but that's an awful mistake to make. So I think we want Vivian. I think we want Trophy. We want Eldest Reborn. Plague Mare out. Rec Sage out. Harpooner, you can stay. This Navigator just feels too gimmicky in every one of these matchups. Benthid doesn't block anything in their deck, so that can leave. Now it's a question of like negate and duress. And Wildgrowth Walker. Wildgrowth Walker might not be good enough. Freebooter may not be good enough either. Lazav probably no good. So we do like negates. Try. This is the one time I'm not going to bring the Growth Chamber Guardian, because I think everything else we have interacts and we want to interact with them. Alright, so our plan is going to be to ramp into a Vivian. I hope it's good enough. We're going to have to draw one land over the next 4 turns. So 3 draw steps to have a turn 4 Vivian. And on top of that, we have 8 Explore creatures we can draw before then to help us. In this matchup, I think we like the flexibility of the Incubation split card. Even though it can't get us a land on the first half, the removal spell on the second half helps against like a potential Nip Visit that they might be bringing in, or even have main deck. So I don't know, it's weird. Like in a really broad format, probably the split card is good. Ooh, so now we need to draw 2 lands. All right, but hey. I think we'll keep it. It helps us keep adding to the board. Especially if this gets eaten like that. Probably should play the Breeding Pool so that we can play the Exclusion Mage next turn if we want to without shocking. For example, like if they play their 3-drop here. I'm gonna want to Exclusion Mage it for tempo reasons, I guess. Because now if they don't have land, it makes it easier for us to play Vivian, or even if they do have land. Oh, perfect. So this is the one that we want to minus on. This plays around Spell Pierce. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to dig for a dive down. They kept. Oh, huh. Could be like something really good like Nip Visit. Oh, so we're going to hold on to the Incongruity for the removal side in this matchup. Especially with the board and the Planeswalker, we don't really need to dig. So if they Niv here... Alright, no Niv. At least not this turn. They might be waiting. They don't want to Niv into a Vivian. Like with 3. They'd want to wait 1 turn. So we probably even want to keep this mana open on their turn if we can afford to. Trancing Melody. Sure. That's not that amazing. Alright, plussy. Do we just hostage taker it back? That would be kind of good. They went through all the trouble to steal it. I think we have this one between the Incongruity and the Assassin's Trophy. Even Niv is probably not good enough here. I mean, Niv by itself, that we still attack for plenty lethal, so I'm not really sure what they can have. Wow. Spoke too soon. Spoke way too soon. Yeah, I mean, these decks can run 1 or 2 of these in the sideboard. Alright, can Deathgorge Scavenger go all the way? This is a good clock. So they need double protection for it. Yeah, I think we need to keep this. Yuck. So I think they're in a position where they have to trade here, because if they brick, oh, I guess they can. If they brick, they can't attack. Not great for them. We'll hold this. They're pretty unlikely to brick. So they have 9 of their probably only 20 lands out of their deck so far. But maybe they did. That's huge for us. Our follow-up is not impressive at all. At least we shrunk this Enigma Drake down. That star caught us. I was not thinking that star. Yeah, now we're gonna brick. So my takeaway with this, I'm assuming we're gonna lose this one with them on 2, which is kind of but my takeaway is that Prime Speaker taking a turn and costing so much really does not work well. Maybe it really has to be in a rug shell to make that work. Do we dare? Let's get a Scavenger this turn. Keep whittling down their spells. Alright, we can actually get them next turn with the Exclusion Mage, and we can play Vivian too. Wow, I thought it didn't even let you shock. I thought it just like automatically put it into play tapped. Alright, so now we know about that little trap. Their trap card. Is it worth us making any changes though? Is Reaper that good? Reaper actually seems okay. Just lock it. We live or die on this build. Against our good friend and opponent Slashnod. I don't know. Even if we end up winning this one, we've had a lot of free wins. Like the white player disconnected. We played against the mono black budget deck. It doesn't feel good. Kraul Harpooner's a nice one. Oh, I probably should have started that out. With the Pteramander thing, though, this is actually like way more useful now. To pick off these little ones. So we're kind of hoping that they'll lava coil this and give us a shot at harpooning this down. Alright, well we need to find land. As much as I would have liked to harpoon, this is a better play, especially in the face of a potential dive down. Yeah, we might just lose this one the good old-fashioned way, getting stuck on land. Oh, Midnight Reaper. It's actually pretty good for us if they do end up wrathing us or get a situation where they start blocking. Crackling Drake with protection. So if we draw land here, we can actually try to make like a Harpooner plus negate play. They're not really threatening us. No land. If they go for a dive down here, it would be pretty cheeky. No, there's no way this resolves, right? Yeah, there we go. think we're holding that. It's tempting. Tempting to make use of the mana. I only have 2 spells down there. So this costs 6 to adapt, so they can start adapting them next turn. Yuck. Yeah, they don't want to give us the Harpooner in the graveyard, just in case we have a way to recur it. So the upside is it costs them like all 6 mana to adapt, so if they go to do it... In this situation, I think we're trophying. Ooh. They kept something. Ooh. So 1, 2, 3. So it costs them 5 to adapt. Alright, so it's lethal next turn. You can adapt 1. Now they cannot adapt any. Alright, we're gonna go for it in a turn. Maybe it would have been better to do this on turn. And hope to do it with negate back up. Looks like they drew something. Yuck. Yep. You do it on our turn. Alright, I punted. Kind of no good option here. That punt's not going to haunt me because I'm pretty fatigued on this deck. I really have not been enjoying playing it. It doesn't really do anything cool for how much work you put into like activating a Prime Speaker. Like every time we've activated it, it's been like really like what's the payoff? So losing here is almost a relief. Half of our wins have been completely free, which is awkward. Oh my god. We actually drew it. Probably still losing. Feels like if they can make this into 5, we're still stuck. They just drew like 3 more cards. So yeah, it feels like we're probably still losing here. cool. Pretty much at the exact moment where we want a big body to like pressure their life total, we hit the double land. Unlike Merfolk Branchwalker. Yeah, let's concede here. So yeah, like I said, I really did not enjoy playing this deck that much. The only fun game was against the budget deck because we got to like grind out Muldrotha, and the only reason we were able to do that is because they weren't playing real cards. So not really a feel-good moment. We could have very easily been 1 and 2 if that white deck had not disconnected on us. So for our trouble, we got plus 500 gold and 40 gems. So yeah, I mean, look, if you're interested, I think probably the way to take this deck. Nope, not this one. Probably the way to take this deck would be to drop the black and play red. I mean, the payoff in black, like Plague Mare is not that good. Chupacabra is okay. Hostage Taker is okay. Maybe it's less singletons too. I really liked Benthid. I really liked Biogenic Ooze. I did not mind Muldrotha on the high end. And you could probably do that in a core red deck and have this be your only black card that you plan on tutoring out, and maybe you have a backdoor way to cast it. But Incubation and Incongruity, there were definitely games where we wanted the what's the other card? Adventurous Impulse, where I think we would have much preferred Adventurous Impulse to be able to get a land, because we are only running, I think, 23. Yes, 23. So it's felt really light at times. Plague Mare is awful. It's not even good against the white decks. It feels like by the time you could get it, you're either drawing your 1 naturally, which is not happening, or you're getting it out on turn 5, turn 4 if you're really lucky. And by then they've pumped their stuff, or they have a bunch of 2/2s in play, so it's really not that good. So Plague Mare is like an automatic cut. Yeah, I mean, Reclamation Sage overperformed in some games. Timestream Navigator, not really sure what the combo is with this. I mean, I know what the combo is. Like, I guess you're supposed to take the turn, put it to the bottom of the deck, have Muldrotha out, sacrifice a Llanowar Elves to go get it back into play. And then, like, you can, in theory, go, but it just feels like this is such a empty card. It's win more, probably. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it really was worth the payoff. Lazav is kind of cool as your like backup Prime Speaker or Muldrotha, but I don't know. As a one-of, it's not bad, but I would look to maybe cut the black and put in red. But I'm probably not going to come back to Prime Speaker until someone makes a really compelling list that is like tested, and because this just up and down the chain, this really did not feel that good. It just felt like we were playing with a lot of bad cards. Prime Speaker being one of the bad ones, because it was pretty hard to untap with it and do anything. Even games where we untap with it, it didn't feel that good. So, but if you are a brewer and you are like really into building decks, then I think this is a great thing to play with and try to figure out what the potential is. But if I'm going to put effort into trying to break a card, it's not going to be this. It's going to be Wilderness Reclamation, which is what we're going to come back to very soon. So that's it for this one. I'm glad we got positive on it. It was not my expectation after the first couple of videos this morning. So hey, plus gold, plus gems, feels good. And yeah, we'll be back again soon. We're going to go play some Wilderness Reclamation, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed this. Like, subscribe, and comment. Follow the Twitch, and see you soon.